Hello everyone, welcome back to Abstract Medicine. I do hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for joining here for your March predictions. March almost around the corner. Springtime. Got some spring energy here with some gorgeous daffodils that have been opening up the last couple of days, which is really gorgeous. So we're going to be doing a pick a pile. It's going to be your March predictions, and let's just get into it. Oracle cards to select your pile from the Sacred Symbols Oracle. Pile 1, March predictions. Pile 2, March predictions. Pile 3, March predictions. And before we begin, we'll be lighting the incense. To clear and cleanse the energy for the messages that the angels, ancestors and guides would like to deliver today. I've just had a message that each pile is also going to be receiving a pyromancy reading as well, where I read the fire. And there'll be an announcement of my retreats happening here, my sacred home. You'll receive these messages in your pile. So with that being said, let's reveal now the card for each pile. So for pile 1 we have home. Pile 1 we have home. Okay, pile 1 we have home. March predictions for pile 1. Green could be your colour, or this could be a card that looks like it resonates for you. This is also the Sacred Cross as well. Number 10 could be significant. The letter H could also be significant for you. Pile 2 for March, we have the new moon. March pile 2. This would be your pile if you want to select this pile. The moon could be significant for you. You love moons. 45 could be a significant age or number, which rounds down to a number 9. Could be a significant number for you. And the new moon, so the letters N and M could be significant for you. Colours yellow and also maybe black could also be significant, or the circle for you, pile 2. March predictions, pile 3. March predictions for pile 3, we have the fire. We have the fire for pile 3. Pile 3, we have the triangle for you. Colour orange could be significant. The letter F could also be significant. 27 could be an age or number that could be significant for you. Rounds down to a number 9. Pile 3, March predictions. So here are your piles, pile 1, pile 2 and pile 3. The information for each pile is down in the timestamps down below, pinned in the comments. There's also information about my retreats in the pinned comments down below. So make sure to check that out. With that being said, I will see you at your pile. Pile 1, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. So pile 1 for your March prediction, we have home. So some of you could be moving home for the month of March, or home could be a significant factor for you in the month of March. What does home feel like? Does home feel like it's a place of stability? Does home feel like it's a place that provides positive medicine for you, that is nurturing? Maybe you've had issues with homes in general, or staying put, staying in one place, or maybe you're itching to move forward to a new direction where you're going to be living somewhere new. So very exciting. This could be a month of maybe there's a fork in the path and you're deciding between one direction or another direction. Number 10 feels like it's the energy of newness, so I feel like there's a new energy for you in the month of March. Just like I did in the prediction at the very beginning to select your pile, if you see some smoke here, there's nothing to worry about. It's the incense that's burning. Actually quite easily and quite nicely in this lovely cauldron of sorts. To be honest, I find it difficult to find an incense holder for this incense, but anyway, it seems to work. So if you see some smoke here, it's the incense, so that's beautiful. Cleansing your energy, cleansing your pile. And I feel like this is also connected to maybe you yourselves, pile one, in the month of March, where you're needing to cleanse your environment, cleanse your home, maybe with some incense. I've got this lovely Japanese incense, but any Japanese incense or Indian incense might work for you. This could also be a message to use incense that is from your native country or your place of origin. Okay, so your place of birth may not necessarily the place that you'll be living in or that feels like home to you. What does that mean to you? Maybe it's about meditating over the word home for the month of March. This could also be connected to ancestry or your ancestors. What is your where is the place of home of your ancestors? Again, this may not be necessarily connected to your place of birth. Let's have a look at the Light Seers Tarot. Let's get into some tarot here for the month of March for you. Pile 1. I'm excited to read with these cards because they've been in LA for a good few months, I would say. About 9-10 months, and they have been in a place where there has been fires, you know, and they survived the fires. Interesting enough. So we've got these lovely tarot decks back. Light Seers Tarot. Already lots of messages for you, pile. This one wants to come through in this one. This one and this one and this one. This one. No. And that one. Pile 1. Let me just get the guidebook for this. It's always nice to have the guidebook ready just in case. For further messages, for further insight, it's always good to have it on hand, because as you know, or for those of you who are new to tarot or these kind of alternative divination readings, I read the cards intuitively. I'm a very strong channel. My vessel for channeling is very open, and but even still, each deck, each tarot deck, each oracle deck is differently infused by the artist's hand as well. So the month of March, we have the Ace of Wands. Let's just pull these cards out. Ace of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles. The month of March, we have the King of Cups. Let's put it here. The Knight of Pentacles, the Lovers. Month of March for you, pile 1. The Justice card. The Justice card's been coming up quite a lot in the tarot readings for the collective. The Star. I'm going to move a few things around here for you, pile 1. And again, I feel like this is an energy, a message for you, pile 1, to maybe shift, maybe move things around, do a cleanse as well, get rid of some items that no longer resonate for you, that don't bring you joy. The Ace of Cups. The Four of Swords, and last but not least, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is exactly the message that I was, you know, picking up on earlier. There's this fork in the road for a lot of you, pile pile 1, and that's okay. That's okay. These things happen sometimes in life where we're met with a choice to a closure or an opening. All right, we do also have the Divine Doors deck as well, which we'll be reading at the very end of this session as well. So pile 1, you get to choose between what serves you well and what doesn't serve you well. You get to choose for the month of March, basically not overspending. Now Venus has now gone in retrograde. We've just had Mars go direct, which is really interesting because the Lovers is also an indication of Mars and Venus. These lovers of Mars and Venus, the masculine counterpart to the feminine counterpart, I wouldn't say have been at war, but there's been some sort of distance or strange activity happening between them both, particularly with the planets as well. Now, there gets to be a realignment. I know that there has been an alignment of planets as well recently, but nonetheless, what is in alignment in your life? It's almost like forget about the astrology, forget about what's happening outside of yourself. I feel like you get to the month of March, really connect with what brings you joy, what serves you. It's about a month of introspection, I would say, for you. I would say the first couple of weeks, it's a month of introspection. It's a month of, or you can choose, you can have 2 weeks of introspection and 2 weeks of action and being out there in the world. There's something about a balance that needs to really strongly take place here between the Justice card, the Strength card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Lovers is a choice between what brings love, what can bring more love, what can bring more joy, what can bring more harmony in your home, what feels stable to you, what feels like something that can bring you rest and peace, restoration, calm, healing here with the Star card as well. We've got quite a few major arcanas, which is indicating to me that this is a month, there is an energy of great change for you. There's a great change in maybe your love life. If you're single, this could indicate a really important person turning up for you in the month of March that will bring alignment. But you know, when you meet the love of your life, when you meet someone of high significance in your life, they can really rock your world. So it's really important to have that stability within yourself, so that you're not, you know, up in the air and you're not floating around, that you're stable within. Your home is also your sacred vessel, your sacred temple. Now make sure to ask yourself as well those important questions as well. Does this person bring me alignment, or does this person bring me misalignment? Your body will show you the way. Your body will tell you what feels right, who feels right. Should they enter your body, for those of you who are women, or do they get to wait, or do they get to also not enter your body, right? In an intimate nature, physically speaking. So I do feel like there could be maybe some questions involving boundaries as well, boundary settings. But I do feel overall there's a person in your life, I feel, for those of you who are women, it's a man. For those of you who are women and are gay, lesbian as well, I do feel like this person who's coming in is a soft masculine energy, or maybe their energy is very soft with you. So I feel like they have Venus placements, or placements that are very kind of like Venusian in nature, very kind of intimate, emotionally sensitive, you know, mentally sensitive as well, mentally, emotional, and mental balance. I do feel like there is a real strong connection and respect to women, for women, and women's rights with this person in general. But overall, I feel like this person or the energy of the month of March for you, pile 1, is about a renewal in love, a new energy, a new refreshing breath of fresh air with regard to your love life, whether you are single, whether you are in a relationship, whether you are in a connection with someone where it could have been a little bit complicated. There's a resurgence of love and maybe even balance being restored here. For you, pile 1, for the month of March. Again, I feel like this is an energy of, you know, balance here. Are you getting what you deserve? Are you getting what you are working so hard towards? Is there a positive recompensation in your work, in your career, in your life in general? These are things that we get to look at for the month of March in general, in the collective anyway. I feel like there's also something that you're very excited about in the month of March, something that brings you great awareness about your passions, your life, your purpose. And this is my cue also to say that in the month of March, I'll be conducting a retreat here in my sacred home that will help you and support you with my guides' support and help through the channeling, through the healing that you get to experience through shamanic healing sessions in the morning, gentle yoga as well in the evening, of course, or throughout the day. It's your choice. This is a retreat that is all about flow. But in the morning, shamanic healing sessions where we get to focus on lighting up your purpose, you know, switching on, being online, right, on purpose. And then in the morning we also have in purpose, in mission. So if the early morning is on mission, we switch on the lights, we cleanse the energy energetically with shamanic healing sessions. It's a beautiful 1.5 hours or so of energetic movement, Reiki, where you just lie down, you lie still here in the healing room. It all takes place here in the healing room. And then we move on to the next phase. We have a break now and move on to the next phase of in mission. What does that look like? It means more of this, in mission, in purpose, with the tarot, with the oracle cards, and seeing with divination tools like this clearly, so you can visualize what it is to live a life on and in mission. For those of you who don't know what your mission is, we get to look at what that could be. All right, we get to look at what your life purpose is, or we get to realign what your life purpose is. And then in the afternoon, we also have a break. Of course, we have lunch. I make the lunch. It's all very nutritional and lovely and homesteady. In the afternoon, in the PM, we look at further what your purpose is, what your mission is, by asking and guidance from your specific ancestors who want to join the chat, come online, right? So I conduct mediumship readings for those of you who experience shamanic healing sessions, private one-on-one tarot sessions, or private one-on-one mediumship readings. You know how important and amazing these sessions are. And so for those of you who are wanting to know why you're not continuing to be on purpose, be on mission, or find out what your life purpose is, there could be a genetic coding malfunction in your ancestry that may be hindering you from moving forward. So we get to look at that and we speak to your ancestors about that. And then by the evening, we go for a lovely walk, or we go for a walk during the day in nature, here in the beautiful English Cotswolds, in the countryside. Get to eat some lovely nutritional foods. You get to be yourself here in my sacred home. You get to pick a book of your choice here in the library as well, and chat, converse, or be in silence, cry, laugh, watch a movie as well. If that feels good to you, you can do this for one day at 203.33 pence, £203.33. You can book ahead. The information is already on the booking page, or you can do the full 3 days if you wish. 3 days of the same thing, slightly different, of course, each day, for £609.99. That's 609.99. All the information is down below in the description box for your bookings. If you want to also get some more information, I'm going to be doing a live Instagram live on Monday at 9 p.m. London time, so it might be worth a good idea to check in on that, and I'm happy to answer your questions, any questions that you may have about that. So this could also be a time for the month of March where you get to look at your purpose, get to have some realignment. There may have been some, jumpy starts at the beginning of the year, January and February, where you're like, oh, I'm not sure what to do. I've got a choice between one job and another job, one career and another career, one path or another path. There could also be a choice in love as well, but this could also be your hobbies, your desires as well. I do feel like for those of you who have experienced some health issues, I do feel like the month of March is yes, of course, a month of restoration, a month of healing, a month of meditation and self-reflection and replenishment. But it's also a month of letting go, releasing as well. But I do feel like your health is stronger. You're going to feel much more strong in spirit, I feel, as well, generally overall. I feel like there's also messages of love that you're saying to yourself, maybe positive affirmations you're saying to yourself, and also a new chapter in work, in your career, where you're going to feel more stable overall. I feel like by the end of the month, you're going to understand why you made certain processes or experiences, you chose certain ways of doing things the month of March. So again, this could be you the first 2 weeks of the month of March, where you are doing maybe self-reflection. You're maybe in hermit mode still. There's still that wintry energy, don't forget, but by the end of the month, March, we get the energy of spring. So there's the energy of new beginnings. There's 3 cards of new beginnings. Can you see which ones they are? That's right, for those of you who got that. Ace of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Ace of Cups. All right, so we have this energy of inspiration, inspired action, new ideas, new insight, new creative passions, someone that you're very passionate about even as well. Ace of Pentacles, new chapter with regard to stability, new opportunities at work, new career advancements, new opportunities that will help you to focus on an exciting new journey for the next 10 years of your life that will bring further stability in your life. All right, and then we have the Ace of Cups, where we have a falling in love, a new love entering your life, or something that you really, really are loving at this time as well for the month of March. Well, again, all of these things, these Ace of Wands, these Ace of Pentacles, these Ace of Cups, are about fire, earth and water, and those elements could be significant for you for the next 10 years. So maybe this is about working with those specific elements. Now, some of you have been waiting for your harvest to come through, and it has, and it will be coming through. There is a wish fulfillment coming through. This could also be a legal battle where you're wanting to just close that chapter and have that legality restored in your favor. It's about having faith as well. Knight of Pentacles is showing me that Spirit is seeing you as someone who's very dedicated to your gifts, your crafts, or your work and your career. There's devotion involved here. And I do feel like overall, whatever you've put your heart and mind and spirit into, I'm hearing, it is coming through financially. Spirit is seeing the hard work that you have so dedicated your life, maybe even purpose, towards. I do also see a lot of you could be increasing your presence as well online. I will say that just overall. So there's that. I do also see maybe travel for some of you as well. Aquarius energy we saw with the Star card. Leo energy with the Strength card. Libra energy with the Justice card. As well. The color green is about the heart chakra opening up, and it's also about nature. This is really a month for you, pile 1, about, I would say, being more grounded and learning maybe some messages or getting some messages from the trees and how they operate. There's a beautiful network that happens with the trees where they are all connected. They know how to communicate to each other about, you know, threats. There's drama that takes place in the forest, it is said, but they are the original network, right? So maybe this is about you creating a network that is more stable, more highly positively functioning, not just you yourself that is burdened by your own responsibilities. Maybe this is about the distribution of power of responsibilities. That's another message. We also have the Divine Doors card, but before we get into that, I want to have a look at your home card for you before we end with some pyromancy as well. You are being guided to come back home to who you truly are. Drawing this card can signal a change in your physical home or sense of where you belong. Pulling this card also symbolises that wherever or whatever your current situation, you can trust that this moment is in alignment with your higher self. You have not lost your way. You are in fact right on time and on track. Meditate on this symbol to access the higher power when having to make important decisions. You can always orient yourself north to the morning star, which is Venus, and be assured that you will make the decision that is in alignment with your highest good. The morning star is the brightest star on the dawn's horizon. It is considered an important spirit and honoured as a kachina by most Pueblo Indians. The Plains and Great Basin indigenous people honoured it as a sign of courage and purity of spirit. The ghost dance religion revered it as a symbol of the coming renewal of traditions. I will also say there may also be a change of faith or religious practice or spiritual practice for the month of March too. Beautiful energy. But again, I'm here to provide further insight as well with the retreats. So check it out down below in the description box or on my website, however you choose. And I'm here for your questions as well, should you wish to send me an email as well. But I do highly encourage you to check the Instagram live. I'll be going live on Monday at 9 p.m. London time. Wherever you are in the world, this may be a beautiful opportunity to just have a little excuse to explore England. And why not stay with me and get healing as well. So the month of March for you starts very strong, and it grows into further strength. I do feel like there's community by the third week of March. I do see there's going to be community. You're going to be sort of maybe in a singular activity the month of March, the first week or two. By the third week, I do see there's networking, communication, travel, maybe even friends involved. I do see like lots of communication, speaking, and maybe celebration. Some of you there could be a wedding or some sort of party or something. I do see a big gathering of people, and then it distributes again and singularizes itself with yourself and maybe you yourself and your partner by the end of the month. So it starts off strong. I'm not worried about the pyromancy. But again, it's about strengthening the bonds that you already have within yourself, within spirit, with your guides, but also with your community, and what that means to you, what feels like home to you, really on a soul level. Let's have a look at the Divine Doors deck and just get one card for you for the month of March. I do hope you like this reading. You're more than welcome to subscribe to the channel if you're new here to the channel, and also book readings with me, tarot and retreats and so much more. All the information is down below. Wow, beautiful card for the month of March for you. I'm shaking because I've had lots of coffee, so. A moment's joy. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Definitely the month of March is about you entering a stage and another stage and another stage. So there are stages within the month of March that is just going to be a natural progress. Again, it's like kind of like that Knight of Pentacles energy. It's a natural progress. There's nothing kind of sporadic or scary or crazy or chaotic for you. The month of March is steady. And I think it's dedicated to that energy of staying in the present moment. And whatever messages you receive from this card, that is the message. That's all I have for you, Pole 1. If you'd like to listen to Pole 2 and Pole 3, you're more than welcome to do that. And I'll see you in the next reading. Ciao for now. Pile 2, welcome to your prediction. All about what's happening for you in the month of March. I've actually taken a break between pole 1 and pole 2. I ended up just feeling really, really hungry or in need of energy. So I feel like maybe for some of you, this could also be a message for you as a reminder, if you're feeling slightly weary, to restore yourself, you know. I do feel like the month of March for you is going to be definitely all about newness, because the new moon is signifying new energy, a new chapter, new beginnings, things that feel fresh to you. And I feel like for you this is also the energy of ascension, inspiration, new activities, new hobbies. It's about using your muscles in a way that you wouldn't normally use your muscles. So that's kind of the main thing that I'm getting for you. Just like what I did with pile 1, we're going to be looking at your month of March with more detail using the Lightseers Tarot deck, and then we'll be reading about the new moon in this beautiful Sacred Symbols Oracles booklet, and we'll be got the incense there for you, and we'll be also looking at the pyromancy, so I read the fire, and at the end of the reading we'll look at the Divine Doors deck as well. So yeah, that's really it. So like, yeah, I do feel very excited. Again, as I said, I had to go and get some food, and it wasn't really lunchtime, so to speak. It was like an hour before lunch. But anyway, I left my cold coffee here, and I know for some people they just don't like cold coffee, and I don't, but I think I'm still jet lagged, to be honest, so I'm just going to drink it. I completely forgot that it was here. Some of you are going, ew. Yeah, I know. Well, don't judge me. Right, so pile 2. Let's have a look. Month of March for you. During my lunch break, I also took a moment to listen in on the Astrology, one of my favourite YouTubers. He's called the World Astrology Report, and so good. Like, free, totally free on YouTube. Amazing how much information we can get for free. And I feel like there's new technologies, there's also mercurial energy with YouTube channels, maybe you could be starting a new YouTube channel, or for the first time you've got some talent to share there. But also Mercury is going to be going direct as well. Sorry, retrograde, my apologies. Mercury is going retrograde. Just figure out when that is. And then also we've got the equinox on the 20th of March. So I feel like you're someone who is very connected with the sky, with the stars, with all things mystical. I won't be surprised if you're very spiritual as well, or you listen to music, you're into astrology. I can't actually, it doesn't really say when it is. I wonder. Yeah, I don't know whether this book, this almanac, says exactly when the retrogrades are. So, but it does say that it's International Women's Day on the 8th. So yeah, maybe this is something that you're going to be celebrating, or Holi, Hindu, Spring Festival, possibly for some of you. I'm pretty sure that the retrograde is around the 20th or 28th. No, actually it might be before that, because it ends on the 17th. So usually retrogrades are about 2 or 3 weeks really, essentially. So yeah, there could be that. Oh my goodness, just leave that there. Yeah, there could be that too. So let's have a look for the month of March. What's happening for the month of March for pile 2? They're saying, Spirit saying, pay attention to the numbers. So we've got 45 here, so you could be turning 45. I'm 41 now. It was my birthday on the 24th of February, just very recently. You could be turning 45, you could be a Pisces sun or moon. And you know, in my kitchen yesterday or this morning, I can't remember, I was thinking, have I entered a midlife crisis early? Because I do feel like what I've been experiencing does feel like it could be that. So maybe this is about offsetting potentially the worry about it, and more about thinking actually this is a time for transformation and transmutation. It's a feeling of shedding. With number 9, it's about shedding. It's also the shape of a snake if you think about it. So you could have been going through lots of transformations. You may have Scorpio in your moon, or Pisces in your moon placement, or Pisces in your Lilith, or Pisces in your Pluto or Mars placement. So each pile, we've got, look, talking about Pluto, yeah, look, 8 of Swords. Talking about Pluto, we have the Scorpio card as well, Death here, which does talk about rebirth, transformation, transmutation of energy. Each pile, the spreads are different. So in this particular spread for you, pile 2, the cards are going to be laid out in this way. Pile 1's cards were laid out in a different way, which is fine. Different energies, different vibes, different messages. I will, however, carry out as many cards as I can, or as I did for pile 1. I mean, to be honest with you, the main message for you, pile 2, is welcome the new. That's really the energy. It's welcome the new. I feel like, again, you've been through some really hard cycles. I feel like you've been through, I just heard a destiny change. I don't think it's been you destiny swapping with someone else. I feel like it's you coming into alignment finally of where your destiny is and what it is. And it's playing with the idea of fate. It's playing with the idea of destiny, but it's about these two roads merging into one. If pile 1's message was about making an important choice between a fork in the road, yours is more like you're merging two lives together, or two paths together. So maybe this is, say for example, you were known as a particular person. So I was known as a dancer for the very start of my life, for a long time, up until my 20s, you know. So and then my destiny changed to being an artist, you know, in a different form as a painter, traditionally as an artist, fine artist. So and then in between that now, it's been, you know, podcasting and mysticism, and then back on art again, as you know. But this could be that. So maybe you were known as one thing. So maybe you were known as an actor, or maybe you were known as auctioneer, or maybe you were known as an accountant, you know, for one massive part of your life, and now you're merging that life with a new chapter, a new identity, that's something that you do, something that you love, something you care about, something you want to do. And you're sort of merging these two realities, two senses of selves, I'm feeling and hearing, into one. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you are in separation from your counterpart, romantically speaking, and you're coming together to be in union and in alignment physically, but also living with each other finally, after both of you have been going through major transformations. I'm definitely seeing the two snakes and the kind of, you know, the beautiful dance that they make in terms of their love making, but also in occult knowledge and in, you know, mysticism, it is known that this is the symbol of the masculine and the feminine coming together, you know, and being in divine partnership with each other, and also being in leadership for the world as a power couple as well. So this could be something that really resonates for you. But the main message for you, pile 2, for the month of March is, I do feel like you've ended your chapter of hard travails, hard learnings and transformations. And it's not to say that we don't continue to experience change in our life, or our lives in general, outside of the month of March and moving forward in your life. This is kind of like you've done the hard work, I'm hearing you've cleaned the dirty pans and the pots. You've decluttered the house. Pile 1's message was all about the home. Your message is all about new, coming into your home, new experiences, new adventures. And now you're able to, buy things, collect things, experience things. This could be physical things. This could be new one's energy experiences, things that really inspire you, and you go full force towards them, at them, in them. And this is an energy of new adventures, passions, drives. And I know that here we have mainly earth energy and these two major arcanas of death, which is Scorpio energy, which is a water sign, fire water sign. And then we've got temperance, which is Sagittarius energy, which is a fire sign. But it's about a new shift this month for you with regard to more balance whilst being excited about life, I would say. And holding on to what you keep. And what that means is, here with the Four of Pentacles, is holding on to what you keep dear, what you hold dear to you. Your integrity is a big thing. Your self-respect, your passions, your drives, your dreams are things that you hold dear to you. Now, the word things is kind of like a slightly irreverential, irrelevant word, but I feel sometimes it can be used in a way, of course, to encapsulate lots of different aspects of the subject of what we're talking about. Now, this is a collective reading, but if you would like a private reading about this, or you want to go further into what it is that you get to focus on as your main subject, then I'd be happy to be of service to you for a one-on-one booking session with a tarot or so much more. So I do feel like your past, or look into the other cards, but I feel like your past has been a journey of self-discovery, and it's been about people that may have people, places, things, items, experiences that have defined you into a sense of being that hasn't really been you. I feel like you have been playing small in your past, and just so you know, by the way, if this does not resonate for you, then this may not necessarily be your pile. You may wish to go to another pile or another reading, or, as I said, book a private reading with me. But I do feel like so someone goes, do you want to do this today? And you go, yeah, sure, okay. So you've kind of been going with the flow of things, going with the flow of people's suggestions. And I feel like, to be honest with you, it doesn't feel like you've had that much of and please do not take this personally, that much of a personality, let's say, because you've been lacking joy in your life. You've been lacking direction in your life, I feel. This may have been for a long time, or because you've had to, go ahead and do what society tells you to do, being part of the status quo, doing what is right, doing what is normal. But again, I feel like there's a major part of you that I'm picking up on very strongly for you, Pole 2, is that at the very beginning of your life, you were known as maybe a maverick, a genius child. Someone that had a really unusual, maybe you are autistic and you had a very unusual interpretation of the world and perspective of the world, or talent or gift or whatever that may be. And you sort of you've put that down to sleep, and you ended up conforming to what society wanted you to be. You ended up doing that, and then hence the midlife crisis energy that I picked up on earlier. So also, just before this reading, I had to take a break and eat something and nourish myself because I was feeling a bit weak. So an hour before lunchtime. So again, this could be a message for you, like everything that I do here in the tarot table and everything I do here in the healing room is all connected to what I'm about to read or channel, of course, for my clients. So I feel like this month of March, but just not only month of March, but moving forward in your life, you get to be integral with your word, have integrity, have a backbone, and start to raise your personality in and by raising your frequency, because you have said to these people, places, things, no, I will no longer conform, I will no longer do what you have bid me to do, I will no longer be a slave to the system, I will no longer be a slave to the situation. I have autonomy, I have authority, I have passions, I have dreams, I have excitement about the things that I love, the things I want to do. And I have an understanding that I'm here for a short time, so I may as well experience it in the best time, in the best way. Now, you may be someone who has experienced a very near-death experience, or maybe you had thought about ending it all. And I'm here with you on this. I know it's tough and you kind of just want to give up on life. And I understand that. I've been there many times over. And but what happens is when we experience that, it's not so much the fear of death, it's the fear of living. It's the fear of living, right? Let me see if I can write that down, because I do feel like that's really important here. So what is it that you now get to do in order to really live your life to the fullest? You get to have self-integrity and humility at the same time. You get to nourish yourself this month. This feels more like an oracular reading rather than a tarot reading, and that's totally fine. The messages change and shift as the energy changes and shifts per person, per booking, per pile. I feel like you're really proud of having accomplished something. This is all past energy. I feel like you have really accomplished something that you're very proud of, and I feel like people are going to start to see you in a different light in the month of March. I feel that very strongly. I feel like they're going to see you as someone that you hold respect for yourself. Again, integrity is a big word for you for the month of March, so please put that down in the comments if it resonates for you. I do feel like you're letting your hair down. For some of you who you are from the African diaspora, or you have like dark skin, and or you consider yourself black, hair is such a big deal. It really is such a big deal in shifting and shaping our personality and our identity. So maybe you've been relaxing your hair for a long time, for example. Maybe you've been straightening your hair, for example, for a long time, and you've been seen in that way where you have conformed to a certain ideal of westernized beauty. And now you're seeing yourself as the eyes of the beholder, as yourself. And then you say to yourself, I'm no longer beholden to anyone. Powerful message. This is a really real message of feminism here I'm picking up on. But if you're a man, this is something that you really are in support of in terms of feminism and equality. But also this could be you where, okay, well, you know what? I've done this thing and now I'm going to leave my hair natural out, with my curly coils out, my afro out. Maybe I'm going to make sacred dreads, and knot them, and maybe even braid them and keep them as such for a long time. I feel like you're coming back to a sense of identity that is really in keeping with who you are, not just on a genetic level, but also on an ancestral level. So this isn't necessarily about cultural appropriation. This could be you as a white passing person that has very strong roots in indigenous cultures, no matter where they may be, and you wear your hair or you put headdresses on your head in a way that is very in keeping with those indigenous cultures. And you'll understand what I mean when after me having said that. I do feel like people have stabbed you in the back. I heard and I felt a real sharp stabbing pain in my back, in my lower right back body. This could have been a man or masculine energy. This could also be the patriarchy itself in the negative negative way. I was going to say negative light, but that's an oxymoron. But I do feel like it's like something, one of your prayers, the prayer during this new moon in Pisces that we've just experienced the last 24 hours, is about essentially genuinely you walking through a brand new doorway. And this brand new doorway, guess what, feels a bit like a crazy, scary, dark void vortex, a bit like this. I do feel like you've destiny changed. I feel like you've entered a different dimension for the month of March. I do feel like you are there's just a destiny change. There's a destiny change, definitely, the month of March. I also do feel like there's a new direction for you where, again, like, say for example you were bullied for a long time, maybe even as a child, and then you ended up people pleasing for the majority of your life. Remember, the two forks in the road and then they merge into one. This chapter of your life that you've entered into for the month of March, you're now being seen as someone who has a backbone, yes, but someone who is no longer going to be bullied into submission. That's a really strong message that's been coming in for you, Pole 2. That's what I feel. Now, I feel like the messages have hit home so far. 5 of Cups. There has been sadness and disappointment in relationships. I don't feel like you've necessarily met the one in a romantic setting just yet. I feel like maybe this is a time for self-renewal, I'm hearing. This is about self-discovery. This is about manifesting. I'm hearing manifest destiny, which is the term associated with the US. So you could also be an American, or you could be living in the US or working in the US, or maybe you're planning to have a holiday in the US, United States, or visit a different state, possibly. Again, we have the Ace of Wands, which we had in Pole 1 as well, but that's what I was seeing very strongly in my mind's eye when I was speaking about new adventures and like this new zest for life, essentially. After a long period of darkness, after a long period of feeling unsettled within your identity, or you've just been bored of life, a bit. You've been bored of the mundane. You've been bored of doing the things that everyone else is doing. We have this new exciting energy for the month of March. You're going ahead with your original plans since birth, I'm hearing. What I'm seeing a child, which is you, Pole 2, that is so full of energy, like joie de vivre, joy of life. And this child is looked at as just this beautiful, magical being with an amazing and innate natural talent. And not everyone has this natural innate talent, and you do. And this child, as she or he or they grow up, becomes an adult, right? And then they start to wear a mantle or a cloak of conformity. And I see society as a patriarchal negative clause putting this mantle on your back. And maybe this is the betrayal that I mentioned earlier of the masculine, or the patriarchy itself stabbing in the back, because this cloak of armor wasn't necessarily made as they had promised to protect you. This was something that had ended up enslaving you to the system. And now what I'm seeing is, because you've gone through very recent, radical, intense, painful change and shift, part of all of that was to wake you up into removing this mantle, not necessarily removing responsibilities of your life, but removing this mantle that has been holding you back for so long and has removed your childlike self and has removed essentially that joy of life that you had for the world and in the world. And so I see you coming back to a sense of true self. I see you coming back to an alignment of your higher self with your physical self. I see you coming back to a particular passion, hobby, dream that you were very strongly part of. I'm now seeing a child sitting on the ground in diapers looking at a geographical book. So I'm seeing, maybe this is the National Geographic, or I'm seeing a map book or something like that, where I'm seeing you just looking at maps. So I feel like a lot of you in past lives were astrocartographers. So you use astrology with the maps of the world. You could have also been map makers, which is people that have, built the world, essentially. I feel like some of you could also be very strongly connected to astrology as well, or geography, and both, and how these two things are merging into one, and this becomes your main passion and gift. Now, with the Chariot card and the Three of Pentacles, it is telling me that there is going to be fast motion, I would say, by the end of the month, whereby you pursue your dreams in a way that is shocking to you, because as you enter this vortex, this black hole essentially of the new moon, you're shifting into a new timeline, a new dimension, a new frequency that is very high vibrational, and also therefore, in our way of seeing things in this 3D 4D world, fast moving. So expect whatever you are wanting to manifest very, very quickly, specifically at the end of the month. You could also be very influenced by the Mercury retrograde in a way that not many people are. For most people, Mercury retrograde provides or creates a lot of delays in our life and in our communication with computers, and even, like, say for example, YouTube. If you're a content creator, it's not ideal to post during Mercury retrograde, but these things happen, and you do, and we do. But I feel like it's going to be benefiting you, if anything. For many people who find Mercury retrogrades really slow paced, where there are delays, I feel like your Mercury retrograde period between now and the 17th of April essentially is going to be very fast paced, particularly by the end of the month moving forwards. I also do see travel. I do see, for some of you, relocation. I don't necessarily see relocation yet to a far off distant land. In this particular card with the Chariot, I'm seeing travel by car or short distance trips, maybe by train at the max. So that's what I'm seeing. I do feel like you are people who have a lot of love to give. To be honest with you, I'm seeing, and I'm picking up on an earth angel here, pile 2. You are earth angels, and you've been dimming your light for too long. And I feel like you've recognized something. You've recognized that recently. This may have been through my recent readings as well, that may have helped and supported you and guided you. I feel like you haven't met the person that you've been wanting to meet in this life yet. But I feel like because you have so much love to give, I feel like some people find it suffocating and may have found it too overwhelming to be in your presence, because you're such a magnet for love, but maybe not in the way that you wish for it to be. I feel like you're overgivers, and I feel like that's very natural and normal to you, and I'm not shading you or judging you or criticizing you in any way, shape or form. I feel like a lot of you, Pile 2, are empaths, and a lot of empaths unfortunately have attracted, in the past era, lots of narcissists. The reason why I say the past era is because we're now moving into, and we are already now into, a new age, a new chapter, a new eon in the new age of Aquarius. So that's really what I'm seeing, to be honest with you, Pile 2, is that now that you are shifting into an alignment of who you truly are and who you get to be in this world, I do see an alignment with your counterpart coming in as well soon. I don't know when, but soon. It's emerging. There's a merging here that is happening. I do feel like there is a guidance from an angel, a guide as well, supporting you on this journey. And maybe they were the ones that helped bring you this illumination or this awakening. So that's beautiful. Pile 3, I see that you'll be collaborating, you'll be working with people. More people will be working with you and seeing you in high regard, with great respect. For those of you who have, again, offered to give more of your energy, I do see and expect the month of March to be a month where people will be giving or coming over to see you. They'll be giving more of their energy towards you because your focus has shifted. The focus and respect is now being shifted in your favor towards you. I do see someone here. Now I see someone here. I see someone who has been waiting behind the wings for a long time. Now this could be someone from your work or work colleague, I'm hearing. Now really think outside of the box here, because so for those of you who are entrepreneurs and you work alone, that's going to be interesting. So it could be someone that you've worked with before in your past. And I feel like this person is a lonely ranger. I feel like they've been waiting in the wings for a long time. And I've always seen you in a certain light that's been very positive. But I do think since you shifting into this new integrity and this new identity, essentially, that you are becoming, because of the shedding that you've done like a snake, this person has now fully taken their sunglasses off, their blinders off, and are now really seeing you really as a truly magical being that you really truly are. And they're seeing the child within you. That child that I saw in the vision is you, and this person is seeing you as that essence. Okay, absolutely beautiful channeling. There is more to say, of course, and we're going to move into more information about what to expect for the month of March. But I also do want to say that I am here as a guide to you in the physical form to support you on your life purpose. So if you're wondering, look, I've got this talent, I've got this gift, I've got this hobby that I've always been really passionate about. I love playing the violin, I love music, I just don't know how to make it a viable income, like a viable career or job, then I'm the person for you if you're wanting to have time spent with me in person. It would really benefit your life purpose in general to really refocus, readdress why you're here on this planet. So I've launched retreats for the first time, and I've launched this retreat focusing on your mission. Of course, there's going to be other retreats, but this retreat is happening in the month of March. So maybe this is something that you are called for and called into in this reading, particularly with the archangel energy of the Archangel Gabriel here, and the magician, all about magic and witchcraft as well. So I've got my notes here. I didn't use my notes in pile 1, but I do want to sort of break it down for you, just to share, if you will, and if you're able and wanting to listen, just briefly about what to expect for the retreats. I will be doing an Instagram live on Monday at 9 p.m. London time, so I'll be able to talk about these things and answer your questions live as well, should you have any. So mission retreats is about being on mission, in mission, and from mission. In the morning, so basically you come here, you spend 1 day with me, or you can do 3 days with me. So in the morning, in the countryside, in the beautiful idyllic Cotswolds in England, we start the morning on mission. What does that mean? Being on mission is about turning on your lights. Lights on, we have shamanic healing session. Okay, so shamanic healing session is all about negative energetic removal. All you got to do is just lie down and relax. I do the work, and I also do the work with my guides, angels and ancestors, and work with yours too. I will say, for those of you who have had shamanic healing sessions with me on a one-to-one through Zoom, those sessions have lasted, the healing has lasted about 3 months, and you know this to have been a very powerful, transformative experience for you. Imagine what it's like to be one-on-one in person with me for one day with this session plus other sessions involved as well. They'll last 6 months to a year. All right, so in the morning it's about an hour and a half a shamanic healing session. Lie down, we get the messages from your guides, we remove negative low vibration, we uplift your light body. We also create suggestions about the sort of nutrition, the foods that you get to eat as well, and see what else is blocking your energetic field. Then in the morning we have a little break and we are back on mission. This time it's in mission, and the in mission is all about inspiring, inspiration, about what your purpose is. What is your purpose? Why am I here? We start to ask those big questions, and we use divination tools like this, the tarot in this format, tarot and oracle readings. This all takes place here in the healing room. By the way, you will be staying here in the healing room as well. You'll be sleeping here. So this healing room is incredibly magical. It's very healing. This whole house is protected by the angels. So it's a very sacred temple. All right. So we look at the oracle cards. We look to see what really inspires you, and you get to have a real visual representation, essentially, of what your purpose is, what your mission is in this lifetime. Okay, by the use of the cards. In the afternoon, we have a lovely, luscious break with some lovely, luscious food, tasty bites made by yours truly. This is all about a Venusian experience of filling up the senses, in all the ways that we get to do that. We may also want to embark on a lovely country walk, and so basically being on mission is all about, being from mission is all about releasing any genetic coding that may be holding you back from your ancestors. So what does that mean? It means being from mission is about talking to your ancestors and seeing how you may be genetically fumbled or genetically blocked from being in purpose, being on mission, and being basically experiencing the life that you get to really truly experience in this lifetime. And we conduct mediumship readings. So the mediumship session essentially is a very powerful one. We do speak directly to your ancestors, your grandma, your grandmother, your auntie, your uncle, and going way, way, way back. And these are very profound mediumship sessions. If you've had a mediumship session with me before, you know exactly what that's like. And it's very personal. It's a very personal experience. And then in the afternoon, we rest, we restore, we have a salt bath, maybe for some as well. If you're wanting to have a salt bath, you're more welcome to do that. We have a lovely, nutritious dinner. We are able to pick a book from my library if you want and have a read of that. We have a discussion, we converse, we sleep, we cry, we laugh, we watch a movie. Maybe do some gentle yoga as well if you're wanting to, and then we go to bed early to start the day again. For those of you who are wanting to have a 3-day retreat, then you can go ahead and do that. Now the 1-day retreat is £203.33. That's 203.33. That's 203.33 pounds for the 1 day. And I cover all of this. Now, in most cases, I'll be working on my own with my guides, but it does feel like a packed room because there's lots of people spiritually, energetically in the space here. And when my assistant is available, she'll be coming in from Canada. Shout out to Geraldine, who'll be working with me as my assistant in order to hold the container as well. She's an incredible channel as well, an energetic healer, basically like a Reiki master, absolutely incredible. And then, or you could do 3 days, which is £609.99. That's £609.99. And it will be my honour to host you in my sacred home in the English Cotswolds. And the mission of the retreat is all about being on mission. The suggested dates are March the 1st, the 19th and 28th to the 31st of March, but I'm open to your suggestions as well. Should you not be available those specific dates, suggested dates of your availability are also available. You just let me know when you're available and I can slot you in. It's all about resting and restoring. You'll have your own room here in the healing room, as I mentioned. You can send more questions if you want to my email address, more info at cfischetti@protonmail.com. That's cfischetti@protonmail.com. And yeah, essentially that's basically it, you know. I am open to more of these in the next few months as well. For those of you who have experienced shamanic healing sessions on Zoom, they are very, very profound. Healing lasts about 3 months, and imagine what a full day or days of healing with me will be like. So that's kind of really it. So thank you so much for listening. This is really, truly about what your soul's calling for you to do. All right, so definitely come on the live, Instagram live if you have Instagram. Be on the live on Instagram at 9 p.m. All right, so let's have a look at the pyromancy now and see what messages get to be seen for the month of March. Wow. Some of you, it's about creating a high altar. For those of you who have an altar, is to put it on a higher place, a higher standing. Okay, so I'm seeing there's a message here of what's it called? Being attentive to not burning out. I do see you starting the month really, really strongly energetically, and there could be a possibility. Now, possibility is just a potential. A possibility of you burning out by the end of it. Now, we don't want that. I do also get the sense that by the end, middle to the end of the month, remember that message where I was picking up on someone who's had an eye or was keeping an eye on you or has had an eye on you for a long time? I do feel like this person could be making themselves known, but not much will happen. I don't feel like if they do communicate, I feel like it could be like a like button appearing, notification on your social media presence. I feel like if anything, they do really want to communicate to you, but I feel like it probably will be in the month of April. They could be an Aries sign. I do also feel like there could be they speak in a way that is slightly different from you, so they could have a slight accent or the pronunciation is slightly different. That's what I'm picking up on, so that's interesting. Now, the new moon, let's have a look at the new moon in this booklet. A new beginning, a fresh start, and an auspicious time to start new projects. Drawing this card invites you to begin again. Meditate on this at the new moon to bring new energy into your life. Write a list of intentions, dreams, goals, and wishes to support new direction and invite in inspiration. The new moon in earth-based religions is a symbol of new beginnings and a fortunate time to plant new seeds for the future. Beautiful. Let's now have a look at the Divine Doors card as well. Remember how I spoke about try not to burn out, you know, and how I had to eat before this reading? There's a message there for you about that, okay? Nourish yourself before you nourish others. Nourish yourself before you nourish others. Pile 2. The answer is yes. this card was showing itself in pile 1 as a little sneak peek, and we're in pile 2, so this is you. So yes, I do feel like you're in between worlds. You're just about to, or you are entering in this new sense of void, essentially. Beautiful, energetic and exciting energy, positive energy. Yes, kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and to fly. Exactly. So, you know, keep your eye on the prize, focus on positive intentions while you manifest. When you do all of the lovely ritual that you do at home, have an altar, put it in a high place, and keep yourself in high regard. That's all I have for you, pile 2. If you'd like to book a reading with me, you're more than welcome to do that. Or if you'd like to book the retreats, you're more than welcome to book, and I'd love to see you in person as well, my beautiful sacred home. I'd be honoured to heal you in person. You can listen to pile 1, or you can listen to pile 3, or any other readings I have here on YouTube. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye. Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for joining in the delivery of these messages for you for the month of March, pile 3. I'm honoured to do it, so thank you so much. So before doing your reading, I went to brush my teeth. And again, I feel like these things happen for a reason. Just like I said for pile 2, everything happens for a reason, particularly here in abstract medicine. And I also had to wipe the mirror as well that I was looking at as I was brushing my teeth, and I had a clearer vision. So this could be a message for you, pile 3. I've also just unblocked my ears as well, so you may have had issues with your hearing. I don't necessarily think it's tinnitus, but you may want to go to, of course, your doctor about that and speak about that to a professional, a medic. But yeah, I do feel like there's been a clearing recently. I do see a clearing. I do see the sand. I see the desert. I see particularly the sand in the desert. I don't see the sand by the ocean or by the sea. That's what I'm seeing. And I'm seeing you're clearing the sand and you're marking the sand essentially with a triangle with logs in order to start a fire. So you could be, with my visions I'm seeing, you could be going on a trip to do some camping, experience some camping in the month of March. You could be doing something like that, where it could be, yeah, something to do with beauty even, or healing of that sort of nature. There could be maybe a healing that you could be doing with regard to your sense of self and identity as well. Particularly how you view yourself. You're seeing yourself in a more positive light, I feel. And I feel like your visions have always been strong, but I feel like for the month of March for you, pile 3, your visions are stronger. Your hearing is heightened as well. So I do feel like a lot of you, oh, we have fire there, look, see. I do feel like a lot of you have very strong insight, spiritually speaking. I also want to say that I had to get a new box of matches. One was basically almost empty, and then we have a new full one, and we have fire here. Fire and fire. So I do feel like there's something about not continuing to carry over something from your past into your new chapter. The other thing I'm picking up on is make sure that you have there's 2 messages. Make sure you have resources for you to move forward in the next chapter of your life, but also, or this month, but also be prepared. Scouts honor, always be prepared. There's also a message about, okay, so in the last stage of your life or experience, you've had less than you have desired. You have had less than you really needed. I feel like the month of March, you'll be fulfilled with many items or resources that you need, that is way and beyond the desires that you've possibly ever wanted. I do feel like a lot of you, this is genuinely a dream coming true for you. I do feel like there are going to be lots of exciting new opportunities for you that are continuing to spark joy in your life. And that's, as we're saying that, let's burn the incense as well to do some more clearing. I do feel like you have a very powerful magnetic energy about you. I do see threes in the fire. We're going to read the fire later as well, but I do see that here. I do see twin flames as well. I do see two flames here. I do feel like you are a source for nourishment or healing for many people, pile 3. And I do get the sense that there is a recognition of that among your friends community as well. So just like I did with pile 1 and pile 2, we'll be looking at the Lightseers Tarot deck. And as I mentioned in pile 1, maybe failed to mention in pile 2, that this tarot deck has been returned back to me from LA. I brought it back. It's the Lightseers Tarot. And I brought it back and it was in Los Angeles, in a place that was very close to the fires. And my friend who was looking after this deck and my other decks as well had to evacuate, and yeah, these cards survived. She came back and they're still here. And now they're here. So talking about fires, I feel like fire is an important element for you. Pile 3. My eagle rattle wants to come into the reading. I will say that I use this rattle during my shamanic healing sessions, and I will say before we start the tarot reading about what to expect for the month of March, or messages about the month of March for you, I will say that I do have retreats now open, and all the information is already on the website under bookings, and it should be the first booking that's available now that you can see. You can go ahead and book ahead if you like. You can go ahead and do that now. I'm also going to talk about it now. I'm going to talk into it now. I'm also going to be doing a Instagram live, so if you have Instagram, join Instagram live on Monday, where I'll be talking about the retreat at 9 p.m. London time. And if you have questions as well, you may wish to have them ready to be answered on Monday on the Instagram live. Of course, you can always email me as well for further questions. So what is the retreat? The retreat is called Mission, and it's about putting you in alignment with your mission, your life purpose. So on the Instagram live, I'll be talking about the retreat, about mission, being on mission, being in mission, being from mission. The retreats are 1 day or 3 days, depending on your choice and of course your financial situation. Now, the retreat for 1 day, and each day will go as follows. In the morning, we start off with being on mission. Turn on your light. It's about turning on, lights on, and we switch your light body on. Okay, we switch your light body on. And this will last about an hour and a half or so. This is a shamanic healing session. For those of you who've had shamanic healing sessions with me on a one-to-one basis online via Zoom, you know how profound and powerful those sessions are. But of course, it is also on Zoom. Those shamanic healing sessions, we talk about the kind of, we as in me, myself, and my guides, ancestors, your guides as well. They come in, and other guides come in too, to suggest nutritional benefits or blockages that may be stopping you shining your light brighter. Okay, shamanic healing is kind of like a form of Reiki. All you got to do is just lie down and I do the work, and we do the work with my guides in the healing room here in the healing room. And yeah, it's a beautiful session. It's in the morning, and we start strong. Essentially, we start strong in the morning. Then we have a break, we have breakfast, and I will be making breakfast for you, or providing breakfast for you. And yeah, it's going to be a lovely nutritional breakfast, light, mainly light for you. And I'm a very Venusian person, a very sensorial person, very sensitive person, and you'll be experiencing these Venusian energies, all about the senses, smells, tastes, everything. It's all part of the retreat experience here in my sacred home, my sacred temple. Then in the morning we go back to mission. This time it's in mission. It's all about in mission. What does that mean? It's about inspiring, inspire. So this is about what inspires you. What is your purpose? Why are you here? We ask those big questions. All right. And how we do that is we look at the tarot as a form of divination. We look at the tarot. We look at tarot, we look at oracles, and we see how you are and can be in mission. We get back to a realignment of why you are here. Okay, so you get back into mission, and we use the cards as a visual presentation that will help you remember why you are here in mission. And then we have another break, and we have lunch, and lunch is going to be another nutritional, lovely meal. And then we walk it off, we go to the country. Well, we are already in the countryside, but we go and walk in the countryside, the fields, maybe see some sheep and some cows. And we do that. Or if you want, we can do a pub lunch. It's up to you. There's a local pub here. For those of you who've been here, you know. And yeah, it's a lovely experience. And for those of you who want to do some light yoga as well in the afternoon, you're more than welcome to do that too. And then by the afternoon, we go back into focus on the mission. And this time the mission is being from mission. So what does from mission means? It means releasing genetic coding that holds you back. And how do we do that? We do that by talking to your ancestors. Your ancestors have messages they want to share, they want to communicate, and we ask them with reverence if they want to communicate those direct personal messages to you. You know, mediumship is an ancient practice, and I do mediumship as well. For those of you who've had mediumship sessions with me, you know how interesting and bizarre but also powerful those messages can be. All right, so the mediumship is about, again, talking to your grandma, your auntie, your uncle, maybe in, like, you know, your grandma or your great grandmother or your great auntie, or maybe going way back into seeing why you are maybe blocking, or why there is a block genetically from you being from mission, in mission, on mission, in purpose, in your true sense of alignment as to why you are here. Okay. And yeah, this is what happens, and it goes really personal with those particular sessions, because we're talking to your DNA. We're talking to your DNA. Okay. And then we rest, we restore, we have a lovely dinner, we can go to the pub if you like. You're more than welcome to choose a book from the library and have a read. We can discuss the book, we can discuss about what you've experienced, converse, chat. It's a very flowing experience, this whole retreat. A very loving, cradled, supportive retreat. And we will laugh, we will cry, so be open to all of those things. And maybe if you want to do some gentle yoga, you're more than welcome to do that. But in any case, we're going to be going to bed early in order to restore and start the day again. For those of you who are wanting to continue on for the next 3 days, you're more than welcome to do that as well, or 2 days. So there's either 1 day of focus, a retreat that's 1 day on mission, a 1 day on mission retreat, on, in and from mission retreat, that's 1 day, £203 and 33 pence. £203 and 33 pence. Or you could do 3 days, 3 days, and it's £609 and 99 pence, 609.99 pence, and that's 3 days of focus on mission, in mission, from mission throughout the day. All you got to do essentially is sit back and lie down, and myself, my guides, focus on healing you. Of course, it is still an active process on your end, but you know, this is about holding space and being in the space in a container where we really focus on that, and that's why it's a mission retreat. There will be times when my assistant will be here present with me physically. Her name is Geraldine, and she is an incredible guide on this earth, an incredible healer, incredible energy worker, and she really supports me to hold the space and container furthermore. And yes, this will all be taking place in my sacred temple, my home here in the beautiful English Cotswolds. If you're from abroad and you've been meaning to come to England for a long time or connect with your English ancestry, then this might be a good reason or an excuse to explore the English countryside. Home of Shakespeare, I will add as well. And it'll be my absolute honour to hold space for you, my sacred home in the Cotswolds here in England, in this Venusian temple. And yeah, this is what will happen. And the suggested dates are March the 1st through to March 19th, or March the 28th to March 31st. Those are the open doors, the open window. And if you want to suggest your own days, then you're more than welcome to drop me an email to cfischetti@protonmail.com. That's cfischetti@protonmail.com, or just go to the contact page on my website, and I'd be happy to do that. I'm also open to online retreats as well, but I think the personal one-on-one physical retreats is going to be incredibly powerful, and it's going to last between 6 and 12 months, all the healing that we do here. So for those of you who have had experience from me with shamanic healing sessions via Zoom, you know that they're very profound and powerful. The healing lasts about 3 months, so imagine how a full day, or what a full day can do to your healing in the next year. The mission retreats is all about healing. It's about focusing on your soul calling, restoring, coming back to your mission, coming back to your purpose, discovering, rediscovering your purpose. And it's all happening in the month of March. And there will be other opportunities as well this year. So yeah, that's what I see being of a positive benefit for you. So thank you, Eagle. So let's get back on the reading for the month of March. We have the moon. So talking about all things mystical, we have the moon. So we do have the is it the equinox or the eclipse in the month of March? We do have the spring equinox. The summer equinox could also be important too, by the way. The spring equinox on the 20th of March through to the 09 January. I do feel like a lot of you are hard workers, by the way. Richard could be a name that could be significant as well. You might have very strong Rahu or Ketu placements in Vedic astrology, by the way. But in any case, the spring or vernal equinox at 0901, when the sun is directly above the equator, that's the 20th of March taking place. We currently have Mars gone direct and now Venus has gone retrograde. So these are the lovers of our solar system, Mars and Venus. Mars was in retrograde and now has gone direct. And where there were delays in conflict, now that's going directly into conflict, possibly, I feel, for some. But you may be seeing this play out in the outside world, okay, or very strong potentials of that. Where Venus was direct for a while, Venus is a planet of love, harmony, abundance, and finances. She's now going retrograde, which means that some of you who are in relationships where there has been some sort of hiding or lies or deception, strong deception here with the major arcana of the moon card, then I do see that this relationship, romantically speaking, could be at an end this month. This could be taking place in the month of March. So all of those fears could be coming up to the conscious sphere, and those lies could be coming up to the periphery of truth. So you'll be exposed to lies, I feel, and deception that have been playing out maybe for the last 18 months or 9 years for some of you. Okay, we have 2 9s here. We have 27, which is a 9, and 18, which is a 9 in numerology. So 99 could be significant. We do have 999 in the 3-day retreat, which is £609 and 99 pence. So some of you who are able to pay that amount for to be honest with you, £609 for 3 days of intense healing, plus food, plus board, plus intellectual conversations, plus nourishment, plus emotional, spiritual support is not very much. There are retreats that are double, triple the pricing of that. And I feel that a lot of those retreats are very regimented and are conducted by charlatans, by people who don't really understand the message of why they themselves are here. I'm not to say that I'm better than anyone. I'm just saying that I know my truth and I know my purpose. And I know that what I do here has a positive and added benefit for the planet. I'm here to inspire, uplift, and to be seen, essentially. And I see that a lot of my clients keep coming back to me because what I am offering, that I'm channeling from the grace of God, is of positive benefit for the world. I'm not here to gain anything out of it other than be of service and, of course, receive that financial and energetic reciprocation. So you could be Pile 3, the receivers of the 3-day retreat specifically. If not, you can just do the 1-day retreat, and I'd be happy to do that too, of course. But I do see number 9s being incredibly significant for you. You could be born on the 9th as well of a month, or the 6th of a month. Now here on the page we've got 66, which is a turned upside down 99 again, which is really interesting. So the moon in the month of March is, let's see, we've got the full moon on the 14th of March, which could be a real drastic ending, could be taking place for you in the month of March. Maybe this is a drastic ending of, I'm full of being sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm full of being sick and tired of being so emotionally drained. I'm full of being sick and tired of being the one to be carrying all these generational burdens, generational curses, or something like that, that gets to be cleared once and for all by the 15th of March. Some of you are going through a big release. Some of you are going to be very, very full of emotions. So emotions could be positive or negative, as you know. So there will be heightened emotions, I feel, for you, Pile 3, on the 14th of March. So let's have a look. It says full moon total eclipse in Virgo. Discern and emerge. Having begun her cycle from a place of depth and insight, our moon waxes to full in Virgo, accompanied by a total lunar eclipse. Eclipses herald change and can be deeply transformative. Lunar eclipses transform the face of the moon as the earth passes between the sun and the moon. It's a time to discover what is hidden from view, to notice what rises from our unconscious into awareness, from our hearts to our heads. Virgo, ruled by Mercury, is discerning and hardworking. I did mention you're very hardworking people. I mentioned the oxen. The ox never stop working. And this is the message for you, pile 3, to maybe stop working as hard, as fast, as strongly, as it were, as you have been, particularly around the Mercury retrograde taking place mid-month. So it says here, Virgo, ruled by Mercury, there you go, is discerning and hardworking. She brings about endings at this time in the seasonal wheel, when new life is sprouting from the earth and the promise of spring is in the air. What do you need to let go of in order to emerge as your best self? Are you manifesting magic and mindfulness in your everyday tasks? What needs to come to an end in order for you to bounce into spring? Okay. On the 20th of March, we have the equinox we mentioned. Full moon is on the 14th of March and the new moon is on the 29th of March. Those two dates are going to be incredibly significant for you, pile 3. Ostara is the pagan celebration of spring on the 20th of March. The 30th of March, Mothering Sunday in England takes place. And on the 30th of March, officially, it is British Summer Time, BST, and Irish IST, Irish Standard Time. All right, today it is St. David's Day. It's the 1st of March, and on the 8th of March, it is International Women's Day. All right, so let's have a look. For those of you who've been feeling like you've been submerging in your emotions, I feel like on the 18th, on the 20th, 19th, 20th of March, you'll be finally releasing all of those emotions you've been harboring for a long time. Maybe you'll be talking to a guidance counselor or a teacher about those experiences as well. Got the 3 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands, the Knight of Cups. This card wants to come through. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles. No, it wants to go here. Month of March for pile 3, please. Death and rebirth. I laugh because, of course, everything that I mentioned would make a lot of sense. You're people that are healers, natural mystics. You have heavy Scorpio in your chart. Shift and changes are not... they're not uncommon in your life. Got the 2 of Cups, beautiful energy. The 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. This is a very powerful and positive month for you. Pile 3. The 5 of Swords. Try not to get in your head the month of March, please. We're getting any more for the month of March, Spirit? I feel like that's it. Oh, 3 more. Thank you, Spirit. And this one. Ace of Wands, I do believe, has come in every reading. Every pile. And the Justice card has been a card that's come up a lot in the collective. Beautiful card to see, particularly for those of you who've been going through trials and tribulations with regard to law, legalities, issues with justice, the justice system, the legal system. This is a beautiful card to see when you want change and you want something positively working in your favour. and it's been unfair for a long time, no matter what it may have been, it is going to be in your favor. I do expect harmony. Now, I did mention that Venus is going into retrograde, but expect harmony. Venus, she is Aphrodite. She's also the goddess of harmony, as well as money, abundance, love, and beautiful home as well. Beautiful items and beauty. Now, remember how I started this reading? I said I brushed my teeth and I had to clean, like wipe down my mirror. There it is. You're seeing yourself as a beautiful being, but you're seeing yourself maybe again, you're re-seeing yourself, retrograde. You are reviewing, you're re-seeing yourself as a beautiful person, as within, so without. And so I think that this negative self-talk that you may be tempted into doing in the month of March is something that you're going to quickly ignore and bypass, because you remember how important it is to really focus on love from within, but also from above, from spirit. There's something here about you're seeing yourself as vast as the oceans, as deep as the oceans, emotionally speaking, because Scorpio is very deep and intense as well. But also you are enhancing, again, your magical, your spiritual gifts, which you mentioned earlier, about your hearing and your insights in general. There's something to do with your connection with the sky, the stars, the planets, the ocean, particularly the water, is going to play a massive part for you in the month of March as a main element. Water is going to be playing a massive part for you. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually caught a glimpse of a mermaid, to be honest with you. It's one of those kind of feelings I'm picking up on. The Five of Cups and the Star. So what I'm seeing here, no matter how the cards have been placed here, I do see that there is an end of disappointment, there's an end of self-sacrifice, there's an end of playing yourself small in a big room. I feel like there's an end of feeling intimidated by other people's talents, gifts, aura, energy. I do see that now finally you get to see yourself as the star that you are. The star is born. Okay, so I feel like, or reborn. So you may have been very well liked, or you have had a very strong presence in your community, your work, your family, your friends, your neighborhood even. And I feel like that's going to be reignited here with the Ace of Wands, but in a way that is going to feel fresh. It's going to be new, because you are born into a new sense of self. The old paradigm of you is dead, and there's a new paradigm of you that is now entered, and this is what you're going to be seeing reflected back to you in the month of March. So expect positive opportunities at work, amazing new inspirational insights as well. I do see your visions being very, very strong the month of March. I do see that there's a fire ignited in your belly. You're excited about life. There's something very passionate. You carry a very passionate magnetic energy, more so in the month of March. I do see that maybe there's a choice or a trip that you get to make in the month of March that is at the pinnacle of your mind. And maybe this is about doing that. Now let's just have a look at the Two of Wands just really quickly. Got the Ace of Wands and the Two of Wands. So there are new ideas, there's a new seed of potential, the arrival of inspiration. Your mantra is, I seed my brilliant future with the roots of creativity and inspiration. There's an interconnectedness of all things, the ability to manifest anything. Okay, if you've been uninspired before in previous months or last month, you won't be uninspired this month. You'll be reignited with new inspirations, not old inspirations, new insights and new inspirations. The Two of Wands is planning your future. So you're going to be planning your future this month. You're going to be making progress. It's going to be activation, spiritual activation, and also work activation. People expect collaborative energy around you and wanting to work with you. People are wanting to work with you, and this is going to be, they're going to be great activators for this talent or gift or insight that you have that will be made and proven to be a positive in the world and turn into positive action. Positive possibilities, the choice between your comfort zone and new adventures. So I feel like you're going to be entering out of your comfort zone. You're going to be entering new ventures. You know, that's what I'm seeing. And let's have a look at the 10 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. I'm seeing the 10 of Cups is before that. No, 10 of Pentacles first, they're saying. Spiritual and material abundance, community, generosity, wealth and prosperity, building a legacy. Oh baby, this is the big one. All the love, abundance and joy that you can muster in your heart. It's coming your way and it's coming fast. It's time to prepare for its inevitable arrival and to commit to your long-term success, or successes even. Amazing. This energy is so big, in fact, that you should be prepared to spread some of it around generously. Now, remember how we spoke about one match in one box and all these other matches in another box? So expect all of this abundance and more. Again, always the channeling is always beautifully mirrored with the tarot. Bring an abundance of positive energy into your life and watch everything shift. Expect the arrival of success, happiness and an upbeat and loving community as avenues widen and the right connections click into place. Imagine the networking that you have done, or the networking you get to do, and amplify that by 10. Imagine the people that inspire you, your mentors, your teachers, people that you highly esteem, your stars, people that have star power to you. You have that within you too, and you're looking at them for guidance. You may even meet them this month. Okay, it's that powerful. The energy that you have shifted into is incredibly powerful, and Spirit would like to congratulate you for the work that you've done energetically, spiritually, in order to do that. Because in order to, Carl Jung talks about this, in order for the trees to reach up to heavens, the roots have to go straight down to hell. And this is the energy that you've been through. You know, I'm a cusp spring baby. I'm on the winter and spring energy, born on the 24th of February, 4 degrees Pisces, predominantly Scorpio signature in my astrology. So I see this, I do see you here, pile 3, and I see that the month of March for you, pile 3, you're going to be seeing how all of those things that have taken place for you previously, that you've experienced, that you've battled through, that you've gone through spiritual war over even, is not going to be not for a reason. It's all for a reason. It's all panned out. You've survived, you got through it, and amazing, just amazing. Okay, you are one small move away from seeing the big picture, that from unearthing a legacy of pentacles that is already yours. You deserve this success and love. Remember that perceptions change. You deserve the success and love. Taste the pleasure of life and embody a state of consciousness that says, yes, I'm worthy of all of the success. Okay. If you have someone in mind that you want to meet, like you're a fan of someone, and you want to speak with them because you're in the same industry as them. Say, for example, you are a singer and you go to a concert, or you follow a fan on social media and you go to their concerts. You may be meeting this singer themselves, and they will be giving you insight. They may even bring you along as being a supporting act on their world tour. It's giving that energy here. All right, so think about that in regard to your life. Your mantra is, I'm successful and I share my wealth with those I love. Okay, because remember, share of wealth is expansive. It's expansive. Wealth should not just be held onto. It's something that can be shared as well. Let's have a look at the 2 of Cups now. I do want to say, I expect proposals in the month of March. Proposals to collaborate, proposals to negotiate, to create harmony, to create balance, proposals of a love nature as well, proposals of marriage, by someone who is very loving, someone who is in love with you, someone who is an endless lovey-dovey dreamer, that kind of energy, someone who is a knight in shining armor, at least to you in your eyes, and they see you with the eyes of love as well. Beautiful energy. So the Two of Cups. Let's have a read of the Knight of Cups. A classic romantic, a passionate soul, artistic tendencies, creativity, wearing your heart on your sleeve, seeking connection, being in love with the idea of love and chivalry. Okay, this person is very in touch with their emotions. If you are single, then expect that this month of March to be your Valentine's month. Okay. If you're not single and you're in a relationship, or it's complicated, expect there to be your significant other to be showing affection in one way or another, in their own love language, right? So the Two of Cups. Thank you for listening in. If you've listened in from pile 1, thank you. I know these readings can be quite long. So Two of Cups, light seer, the romantic partner or partners, soulmates, friendships, connected hearts, passion, kindred spirits, joyful connection and cooperation, union, sometimes marriage, duality, love, consciousness. I do see more of a soul family here as well in all aspects of your life, at work, in your family. Expect more harmony in your family as well. You know, with Mars and the numerology the last 3 years, generally speaking, this is a year number 9 of ending those hard lessons and moving into harmony now. The year of number 9 is about that. It's about ending old habits, ending resentments, ending all of that into harmony, into balance. Okay, so when you share your joy with those around you, you will attract deep and meaningful ties with others. This card whispers of romance and love, bliss and attraction, and the unity of the like-hearted. Sometimes it signifies the beginning of a new friendship or business partnership, while at other times it marks a profound romantic union. This perfect pairing of matched souls has the potential to develop into the magical and intoxicating entanglement of twin flames, or the merging of paths that will be forever united or changed as a result. If you are single, look for the arrival of a profoundly passionate and devoted lover. Are you putting enough energy into your relationships? How you see yourself as one half of a committed pair will deepen and shift as the effervescent magic of the Two of Cups bubbles into your life. Now, doing this shadow work that you've been doing, that shadow reflection work, looking at the mirror now with a clear view of who you are and seeing your own beauty in the world too, but for yourself too, is creating a big shift for you, but also for your counterpart and for the world around you, including your work and your colleagues. The sacred reflection will intermingle spirit, emotion, love, harmony, and balance. Your mantra is, I thrive in partnerships and my heart leaps with joy when I connect. If you want to put down in the comments fire or the triangle symbol, go ahead and do that. The 10 of Cups, we've got two tens here. So we start your reading with the number 9, ending and shedding, letting go of all of the things that I mentioned. And the month of March is all about stability, abundance, happiness, joy, a light-hearted energy. There's a refocusing on seeing the beauty of life, seeing things that bring you joy, having more balance. Yes, there could be something that you may be addressing again for the last time during the moon cycle, the new and full moon, but I do see overall your depths and your intensity in your energy, in your aura, is something that you appreciate for yourself, but others also appreciate that within you. That's amazing in itself, because I feel like you may have been a scapegoat for all of that. I feel like you may have been targeted for your intensity before in your past. People may have said you're too intense or you're too sensitive, and now people are saying you're so amazingly intense, you're so amazingly sensitive, I love how you see the world. Like, this is a different energy, okay, that you're moving into in the month of March. Community, love, soulmates, here are the 10 of Cups, harmony in relationships and family, divine connections, heart opening and expansion and wholeness. This is a new energy, a new chapter, a new 10 years of your life, pile 3. I also feel like look back at the age 27. What was happening when you were 27? Remember that year. What was happening for you when you were 27? By the way, if you're not 27 yet, this is going to be a powerful year for you when you're 27 as well. This card has a powerful energy of connected hearts, giant love, and devoted acceptance, often seen as the one big happy family card. It's a giant yes for relationships and love, and it predicts your fairy tale ending. And hey, you get to decide what this soulmates and unicorns ending looks like. Allow your heart's expansive energy to pour into all of your connections, including those with your community. In shadow, this card suggests that you need to look at how you feel about yourself within relationships. If you're looking for a whole white picket fence vibe, in order to find happiness, remember that your joy will come only from the inside out, exactly what I was mentioning. Shadow work, inside appreciation, love, appreciation from within. Okay, by waiting for other people or better things to create your happiness for you, you undermine your own power to create feelings of love. Bring gratitude and generosity to your life every day. Focus on others and gift them your energy through time, kindness, and service. Your mantra is, I live in a state of oneness by bringing harmony and love to my relationships. Libra energy here with the Justice card, Aquarius energy here with the Star card, Cancer energy for me predominantly, and Pisces for the Moon card, Scorpio coming in very strong for the Death and Rebirth card. The Justice card is talking about your karma coming back to you in your favor, by the way. If you've been experiencing negative karma for a long time or for too long, expect positive karma coming in on account of you maybe also creating boundaries or upholding your boundaries too. I do see partnerships in all ways working in your favor. Just absolutely beautiful channeling. Okay. Let's have a look now. Let's now have a look at the Fire card and what that means here for you. There are people at work, your colleagues as well, your career, people in your career, people at work who are keeping an eye on you, by the way, on your social media or your website or wherever you're going, and you're networking and you feel like, or connecting with people and you feel like you're not necessarily being seen. You are being seen, by the way. Fire, light, creativity, drive, purity, passion, and new opportunities. The element of fire can free you from boredom, clear karma, and give you the energy required to take action. Be warned, though, too much fire can also burn, so be mindful of utilizing this energy wisely by channeling it creatively. Okay? Meditate on the symbol with the assistance of a candle to inspire creativity, motivation, and passion. This is the alchemical symbol of fire. I will also just say that something that my partner has been talking about in terms of him being an architect and an artist is the triangle. Yes, it's a pyramid, but it's actually in 4 sides to it. It's got 1, 2, 3, and the 4 underneath too. But it's 3-dimensional. So the pyramid could also be significant. This could also be a trip to Egypt. Or, it's not just Egypt. There are many pyramids, I would say, actually in every country. If we really look deep as the ocean, there's most likely a pyramid there. We just may not necessarily see it. It may also be hidden by foliage, leaves, trees as well. Okay, this is going to be an interesting month for you, pile 3. I just looked at the pyromancy, the fire. So I'm seeing it starts off really big. It starts off sparky. I'm hearing sparky. This could be the name of your dog, possibly. But I feel like this is the energy of it coming in waves. So you could be working with the alchemical elements of fire and water as opposites that work together as well. But it's in stages. It is in stages. I also did get the energy where if you are in a partnership and one of you, your energy is depleting, the other one is able to be that bigger source of energy for the other. Okay, for the counterpart, by the way. This obviously does happen in relationships. But I do feel like it's a lovely month. It's gradual. I feel like it's a month that you want to bathe in for a long time. I do feel like this energy is going to continue and perpetuate for the next few months to the year, I would say. So it's not just this month for you, pile 3. Of course, check back in on other readings, and also if you're feeling called to as well, be on retreat with me, be on mission with me here in my beautiful sacred home, and be a retreat guest here. But yeah, you're more than welcome to go deeper into your personal situation. Of course, this is a collective reading, so not all the readings or the messages may resonate for you. This card was in pile 2, so let's have a look at pile 3. What's happening for pile 3? Month of March. You're burning bright. You're burning bright, pile 3. Three of Cups, a toast of friendship in the afternoon sun, and 3 cups in happiness. 3 cheers are done. So there's something about celebration here. The hummingbird song. You have so many cards. Pile 1 and pile 2 are going to be so mad with me. You got so many cards. Draw down the moon. The forest nymphs dance on sheer delight, singing soft songs. Find us in the wild. Good night. And patience. So we've got the 3 of Cups. Celebration, friendship, soulmates. Look at that gorgeous card of new beginnings, a new portal. The countryside, wink wink, could be of importance to you in the month of March. The hummingbird song, hummingbirds and their sweet nectar and joy brings about healing and medicine. Beautiful, beautiful portal here. The hummingbirds could be significant for you too. Draw down the moon. The forest nymphs dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs. Find us in the wild. Good night. So nymphs and fairies could be significant too as well. I do see you experiencing, the fae in nature, month of March. And patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. I do feel like your patience has actually been rewarded, to be honest. So that's what I'm seeing for you. So that's all I have for you, pile 3. I do hope you've enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for your energy, for letting me read for you. Listen to pile 1 or pile 2, or book a session with me, book a retreat here, or listen to any videos or playlists here on the YouTube channel. Thank you so much. God bless. Take care. Bye for now.